Hello, Starchy Sisters. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Starchy Sisters are trickling in the house. So glad you all are here today. It is so good to be with you. I am having one of those days, actually, you guys, one of those months, I think, where it's just like, I don't even know. This body is feeling tired. And just from all the busyness, busy, go, 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 it just seems like one thing to the next. And when I get like that, I get to this point where it's just like, okay, just one foot in front of the other. Like I can't even think far in advance. I can't even think about tomorrow. All I can think about is what I'm going to do in this moment. And I'm here with you in this moment. But I do have to say, tomorrow, Starchy Husband's aunt is arriving. So we'll have company in the house for about 10 days. It's just been like that this winter. I think everyone likes coming to Florida because our weather is real nice here. So they get some sunshine in. Anyway, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, you guys. I've missed you guys. I just want to say hi to a couple of my starchy sisters. JJ's in the house from Missouri. She said it's cold and rainy there, which is such a bummer. I told her we'll bring some sunshine, you guys. Jackie's here. Welcome, Jackie from Minnesota. A little sunshine today. Nice. Utah. Monica's from Utah. Utah was so beautiful. I've never stayed there, but just driving through. Rebels here from Canada. Love when Canada's in the house, sister. Love it. CE from Chesapeake, Virginia. Welcome, sister. Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. And welcome to all the replay sisters. I'm so glad you guys hold up the fort for us once the live is over and make it into the Starchy household. So let's see what's on the agenda today. First, make sure you have your water, getting that water in. I went to Costco today, so I got an ice cube stuck in my tooth. I went to Costco today and got some, I think this is how you say it. I should have looked up on YouTube and heard someone say it before I came on live, but Delicata Squash. That seems like it's how it's pronounced, Delicata. So I have the oven preheating, so that'll be ready. We're going to put that in the oven together because I've never cooked Delicata squash. I've never tasted Delicata squash. I've never had it before. So I am excited. I asked in our Facebook group, like, what seasoning should I use? And then I looked up on YouTube how long to cook it. So we're going to, that reminds me, I want to get the cinnamon out because we're going to use some cinnamon with the squash. It's supposedly really sweet. We'll see you guys. But first, let's take a minute just to arrive together. I'm so glad you all are here. We'll pick our angel card together, and then we'll just take a moment to do our meditation. Checking in with my starchy sisters in this moment. Let's see what we picked. I can't read it. Maybe it says humor. We've never picked that one before. Humor. I love that. This is such a good one, you guys, because I am a serious girl and I need lightness in my life. And this little angel, it's a little angel clown with some balloons. So bringing a little humor in. We'll see. I'm not so funny. But we do need to have a little lightness, right? That's what I've learned throughout my life, that as I get older, really, that just a sense of lightness. Like, we don't have to take things so seriously all the time. So thank you, cards, for that reminder. So I'll put that back there. Lightness, humor as we come into our starchy sister classroom today. So let's take a moment just to center in, placing one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. Just wherever you are, you guys, just 1 to 2 to 3 breaths. Allow yourself just this little snippet, just this moment of being present in your body. Arriving in this moment, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment, looking at all beings with eyes of compassion, especially myself. And then just affirming to yourself, I believe in myself. I am the leader in my life. I create the life I want to live. I am a force for good in my life. I am committed to living my most healthy, vibrant, energetic life. Who's going to carry the boat and the log, sisters? I am, right? When you're ready, drag the arms out, maybe open and close the fingers, big breath in, and then release. Yum. Feels so, so good. Welcome, welcome. All right, let me take a little drink of water and then we'll get this squash in the oven. I think Penn's in the house. Penn made it in. Dublin's here. Hi, B. Welcome. Ellen's here from Jacksonville. I love seeing you all here. Makes me so happy. Yeah, Penn sneaking it in at work. I wanted to give a little update on Penn too. She has been so busy, you guys. She is the office manager in a small office and everything falls on her. And so it's just been over the moon, busy. And she has house guests this week too. And she's still been keeping it whole food, plant-based, low fat. Woo, Penn. Good job, sister. I called her the other day when we both had just a break of moment in our busyness. And maybe I texted, how's the food going? Or maybe I asked her on the phone. I don't remember. But just asking, how's it going? Because I know sometimes when we get busy, I'm going to talk about that later because I've been so busy. Sometimes those cravings can come up just for something. It feels like it's food that it's craving, but really it's just that comfort or a calmness from the busyness. All right, let's get into the squash first before we get into all that because I want to get this in the oven. So I got this squash at Costco. It was in this bag, and I don't really know how big or how small this squash should be, but mine were pretty little. This is the size. I don't know if that's normally the size. Maybe you all know of this Delicata squash. But I cut up some already in here, and I cut up some in another bowl because I want 2 different seasonings. I was given advice on how to season it. But I thought, well, maybe for a starchy sister who hasn't yet worked with this before, like me, I thought I'd just do one on camera. So that we can have it done together. So I just cut the ends off and then I cut it down the middle. And then inside is this middle part, right? That usually squash has, like pumpkin has. It's like carving a pumpkin, right? And then I just scrape down and it really comes out pretty easy. There's not a hole. And this is just a regular spoon. Like there are no ridges on it. It's not like a grapefruit spoon or anything. And that's it. Easy sneezy. So you just get all that out. And what Starchy Sisters told me, Ellen, my dear friend from Ellen's Healthy Kitchen, she told me in the Facebook, like, I don't have to cut off the peel. I can eat the peel. So I'm keeping the peel on. And then I just cut it. Some of these, I wonder if I cut like too thick, because the thicker you cut it, right? We know this from potatoes or whatever, the longer it's going to take. So I'll just cut these a little bit thinner. And it seems like when people cook these, they let them roast up real good. Like some of the pictures I've seen, like they have little burn spots on them. So I think that kind of like caramelizes it in the oven. I'm curious if you all have cooked delicata squash. If I'm saying it right, tell me in the comments if you've cooked it and what spices you've used or what seasoning. Sometimes it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of seasoning used. So I'm just going to put it, these are two different types of squash. And in this first one, I'm just going to put cinnamon. This is how Ellen recommended it. So I'm going to sprinkle cinnamon on here. And she said just a sprinkle, but I figure we'll mix it around and so it can get on all of them. And I didn't put any liquid in here, you guys. I'm almost wondering, no, it feels, I mean, they still feel, you know, pretty damp. Just because squash is, you know, it's pretty moist. So I'm assuming it said on the bag that it has a nutty, sweet flavor. I thought, I like nutty. I like sweet. All right, let's check it out. So I'll put these on one half. And just spread it out so that they're one layer. I've been getting real overzealous with my zucchini, so it's just piled high. And when it just has too much, it just doesn't cook good. Yum. I hope it tastes like sweet potato with the cinnamon. I tried sweet potato on the cinnamon and oh my gosh, that was so delicious. All right, so there's one. Let me see if anyone said if they've eaten it before. Natasha, hi Natasha, welcome sisters. She said she doesn't season. 425 for 25 minutes, no liquid added. Rebel said I have never had I think I will have to look for some next shop. Yeah, I'll taste it. JJ says she adds cinnamon. All right, Rebel, I'll taste it and let you know how it is, sister. Let you know if it's worth it. Sometimes though, the first taste is like, I don't know. And then other times, I mean, not on this, but just some foods. We'll see. Faye's here. Hi, Faye. Joy's never had it. Welcome, Joy. All right. On the next one, a Starchy sister said in the Facebook, she adds soy sauce and maple syrup, but I didn't feel like doing the whole maple syrup thing. So I thought coconut aminos would be good. Like that adds a sweetness, right? So I'll do some coconut aminos and then a little bit of tamari. Hopefully I'm not messing up this delicata squash with coconut aminos, but I don't think so. I'll just do sprinkle and then I'll do a little bit of the tamari because that kind of adds like a savory. And then mix it around. Yum, that smells so good. I mean, I just love soy sauce anyway, so. All right, and then I'll add this to the pan. Hopefully they don't mix together. I don't know how good soy sauce and cinnamon would be. Actually, if I do like C's, those probably fit better like this. They just look so pretty, you guys. I see people have pictures of the delicata squash, and because of the ridges, right, they just look like flowers to me or something. And I thought, oh, I'll just have to try it. And they were only $4 at Costco. So I thought, all right, well, I can try this out. Open up my palette a little bit more, try something new. All right, there we go. The oven's preheated. So according to Natasha, I'll check it after 25 minutes. And my oven is on 420 because I think the parchment paper says that like you have to be careful about doing parchment over 420 or 425, I think. So I always just kind of keep it at 420. So here we go. We'll put it in and check it. I'll put the timer on for 25 minutes. I hope these are good. Anytime you can eat. All right, we'll do 25 minutes. Anytime we can eat the skin, like that's a good thing in my book. It's fun to be able to eat the skin of squash, I think. Anyway, all right. So I'll put this to the side, get some water. How are you all? Let me know how you all are doing. Are you guys busy? Like, is this proving to be a busy month for you too? Is it relaxing, peaceful? Like, what's been going on in y'all's starchy households? I am real curious. Okay, Natasha said it's delish and one of her favorites. Okay, good. It was a good buy then. I hope so. I made one squash. I forget what squash it was. I don't know. Anyway, maybe it was in the dark green. Might have been like the kombucha or something. I just thought it would be more, creamy, I guess is the word. I thought it would be more fatty. And so I kind of was going into it with that kind of feeling, but it didn't taste as good as I thought it was going to. So I'm hoping this one will hit a good spot. So we'll see how it goes. So 25 minutes, 425 degrees. Okay. JJ said you can get duds with the kabocha. Penn said she's exhausted over here, ready for some time off. I know, me too, sister. Well, just time to relax in the house. Rebel says it's been busy here too. Went to the doctor today. Blood work was all great. Congratulations, sister. Woohoo! I love that. JJ said they can be starchy and sweet about the squash. Yum. Yes, that's good. I hope I got a starchy sweet one. It feels good when we get those numbers done, doesn't it, sister? Keeps us going. And the great thing is, even with the busyness, it's like I couldn't have kept up this pace eating and living the way I was before. Like to be eating this way and nourishing myself in this way. And I'm preaching to the choir here. I know you all know it just feels so good to be able to go throughout the busyness of life and have energy for it all. And then at the end of the night, just be ready for bed. Joy. Yay. I love hearing that, sister. She said it's been a calm month for her. Next month will be busy. I love that, sister. We balance each other out, right? I love when that happens. Like knowing that other starchy sisters, I've been busy. I've had one of those kinds of month, but other starchy sisters, you're holding the energy of calm and peace. And I can feel it, sister. I can feel it. All right. So a few things since the last time we talked that I wanted to share with you guys that I'm kind of excited about. So the first thing is, and I'm sure I saw it on Facebook. I must have put them away. But one of the starchy sisters said baking the green beans at 425 with this what is this called? Everything but a bagel. Everything bagel seasoning. I ordered this from Well Your World. And I never really used it because I think it has sunflower seeds or something in it. Sunflower seeds, poppy seeds, sesame seeds, garlic, onion, red bell pepper. So you know me, and I am all about the low calorie density and low fat. So I was like, I don't really want to be putting that all over my stuff. And now that I'm in maintenance, I thought, well, what's a little sprinkling over, what's it going to be? And it hardly even sticks anyway to the green beans. And honestly, you guys, I don't even think you need it. You don't even need any seasoning, because I cooked these in the oven, 425, and they are so good. They're so sweet. I did it for 15 minutes. These were these green beans. So they're completely raw. They're not frozen. They're raw green beans. Put them in the oven, 425, 15 minutes, and they came out perfect. And I would even say just under the perfect, because when I brought them out early intentionally, because I know that green beans, I didn't want them to get soggy. So I took them out probably a minute before they were perfect. And then after sitting, oh, they got to that perfect sweetness. So anyway, we can get these non-starchy veggies in, right? This is the number one thing when I talk to starchy sisters, and for Penn and myself too. The non-starchy veggies are the ones we constantly need. New ideas. What can we bring in? How can we get this system going of having enough non-starchy veggies? And these are the first things to run out. So baking in the oven also works. I love them. The difference with the oh, what do I want to say, you guys? Steaming. The difference with the steaming is more juicy, like it has more liquid still in the green bean, where when you bake them, they're not dried out, not that at all, but it's just less full of liquid, if that makes any sense. And it makes it so it does have a little bit of a different taste, flavor that it brings out in the green bean. So if you haven't tried it, try the green beans in the oven, 425, 15 minutes. All right. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys, so a few things I love, and I shared it on one of the videos, or one of the lives, right? Just as a tease off, anyone who knows about these Weight Watcher spoons, I don't know if I can say that. Anyway, oh well, but so I had one of these, and it's been around. I mean, this thing is probably like 10 years old or longer, you guys. So I thought, I just love it because it's a measuring spoon, but also I use it for my beans. So I thought, surely there's got to be something on Amazon that does measuring spoons. And lo and behold, look what I got, you guys. It is a half cup measuring spoon. I'm using it today for my white bean chili over there in the crock pot. And I'm so excited. I measured it. I took a half cup. I filled it with water and I filled it in here. It's exactly a half cup, you guys. And I love it for a couple reasons. The first reason is I want to make sure I get enough food. Like, I don't want to not give myself a full cup of beans if that's what I'm eating. And so I just want to make sure that I have enough food. That's one thing. But also because I love the freezing, right? I'm going to do a whole video on this, you guys, because if you haven't tried the freezing, I want to empower you. I sound like a broken record, but when I find something that I had poo-pooed about and been like, I'd see the YouTubers doing the freezing stuff and I'd be like, yeah, freezing, the food doesn't taste as good. It's just not whatever. I'm here to debunk all those negative things that I had said in the past in my mind. And if you have them, try it, you guys. I had Penn do it. She's doing the freezing now. And my thing is, these are the silicone cubes that I think they're like $17.99 right now for 2 trays. Just buy one set of 2 trays and just try it. Just start freezing. So what I do is I'm cooking the white bean chili tonight. I'm going to use my spoon and put 1 cup in each of the trays. So I'll have 4 cups of white bean chili in here to freeze. And then it'll be frozen in the freezer, ready to go. And the key is I don't leave it in there for months, weeks on end, not like that. No. These 4 cups of white bean chili that I will put in the freezer, I'm going to start eating as soon as I finish the white bean chili that's in the fridge. So, do yourself a favor. It will save you. Ahmad, Starchy Husband's aunt is going to be here, and I have my frozen food in the freezer. So if they're taking up the kitchen and doing their cooking and all of that, then I have my frozen in the freezer that I can just whip up. It is a game changer, a lifesaver. All right, enough about that. So, loving this spoon. I'm going to get a 1 cup version of this too, because it's just so nice to have a big spoon to do your beans with too. And it's nice to have the measuring cup there. All right. The last thing I'll say about this that I found that hooks to the freezing is I've been using the plastic baggies. You know, we do what we can, right, you guys? I'm not against Ziploc bags. Like, I know the whole plastic thing, and I do need to do better with that. And I am on that path of doing better. And at the same time, I use the Ziploc bags to put in the freezer. But I would like to have something that I can reuse over and over again. So, lo and behold, they have silicone bags, quart size, that you can buy. And I bought a pack of these. I have not used them yet, so I will report back. But these bags fit 2 of those cubes that will come out of your freezer thing perfectly. I didn't mean for this to be a freezer class, you guys. It's just when I tell you this stuff, I want to give you the right information. Because if you buy this stuff for yourself and you have it all at your house, I want you to be able to use it. So my plan now is with the white bean chili, once it's frozen in the cubes, I'm going to push it out the next day, and then I'm going to put it in the little bag and put this in the freezer. So I have the silicone reusable bags. So I only bought 1 set though, because that's my thing. Same with the freezer trays. I'm going to try it out. If I like it and think I need another set, I'll buy another set. If I don't like it and I don't think I'll need another set, then I won't buy it, because I don't want to have all this stuff around. First of all, I don't have the money to be throwing away to be buying this stuff. And secondly, I don't want to have all this stuff around that I don't use. I only want to bring stuff into my house that I am actively using. And so I thought these would be a nice addition to my whole little new fun freezer situation going on. So, excuse me, let me get some water. Oh, Joy said, okay, let me see. Yeah, Ellen said she made kombucha once, spent $25 to buy a lot, and it wasn't good at all. Haven't bought it since. Yep. Rebel's having good numbers going on over here. I love it, sister. Joy says that she uses everything but the bagel seasoning on her potatoes sometimes to change it up. I'll have to try that. Rebel says she's never tried green beans in the oven. Try it, sister. Report back. They turned out really good. I think the key is just making sure you don't overcook them, because they can dry out fast, right? So I did it 12 minutes at first, and then I added the 3 extra minutes for 15 minutes. And my oven cooks really hot. So if you have an oven that cooks like kind of normal or not as hot, you might have to do it a little longer. Oh, welcome, 7-Piece Frog. She says she got these kinds of bags at Walmart. Awesome. Neo Trades. Aw, thank you, sister. She said it's all good info. Thanks. Yep. CE said, I love those silicone cubes for my beans that I make in my Instant Pot. Exactly, sister. Natasha says, I reuse my Ziploc bags. I have had some for years. I keep reusing it until they leak. That's how Starchy Husband's grandma did when we would visit. She'd have the, plastic bags all on the dryer rack and plastic spoons even. Sometimes she'd save them. I love that. Being frugal. That's good. That's awesome. All right. So those are the new things. The next, well, two more new things. The next thing is I shared when I saw this YouTube video, you guys, I shared it out on the few platforms I'm on. I shared it on Facebook, our Facebook community, and on YouTube. And it was the YouTube video with Mel Robbins and Dawn, I think her name is Musalem. She's a doctor, and I forget what kind of doctor, but some kind of doctor. And she has an amazing story. I've linked it in the description box down below. I kid you not when I say I watched every single moment of this 1 hour and 44-minute YouTube or podcast interview with her. And one of the things that I loved, besides, I didn't even know her. I had never heard of her, I guess the Esselstyns mentioned her on their most recent YouTube video too, which I thought, oh, she must be getting out there. But one of the things that I loved, besides she has an amazing story, she just shares in such a way that's so authentic. And this podcast is packed. It's titled like 5 Foods to Not Get Cancer or something like that. But it is so much deeper than that, you guys. Like, she goes into some good stuff. And I sat down on my couch with my oatmeal and watched it. And I rarely ever will I sit down like that and watch YouTube videos. Usually I'll be listening while I'm cleaning the house or while I'm going for a walk or whatever. But this, I sat down and listened to the whole thing. It was so wonderful, insightful. I cannot say enough good things. So I would recommend it highly. And the other thing I want to say is I love it because Mel Robbins, she is like out in the mainstream, you guys. She has, I think, over 3 million followers. I've never heard her, like tout about plant-based stuff or say that she's this big plant-based person, nothing like that. And so to have this doctor affirm gives me goosebumps the way that we are eating and living, knowing that this is the healthiest, most nourishing way to eat. And for health and longevity, it just affirms our path even more, solidifies it, the whole deal. It's every time someone comes out and says these things, it's just like, that's right. We knew that. Yep, we're here. It's like we have to be these quiet little, I don't know, plant-based warriors, right? Because once we start, for me anyway, once I've started saying, you guys, you should eat, oh my gosh, you have to hear this, oh, la, la, la. Everybody around me is just like, yeah, whatever. Okay, that's too strict for me. I could never do that, whatever. But to finally have it come out, because I'm not as, I don't know the right word, but as delicate, I'll just like, fire hose it out. And, just the way that she explains it. And she may had said plant forward is how she called it, which I thought was a really inclusive way to say it, where people aren't offended, yeah, everybody can agree with that, right? We need to eat more plants, period. So if you guys have time, if you have an hour and 44 minutes, I highly recommend it. It's so juicy, so good. All right. That, I think I said it's down in the description box. And then the last new thing I wanted to say is my ebook, you guys. I'm so excited. Let me get it. I printed out some of it. And my printer's running out of ink, so the front picture doesn't look as good. But I want to get I want to get it spiraled and all of that. So here's my ebook. So excited to share it with you all. I know many of you already have it, which I'm so excited about. And I created this, like, I've read this over, I don't know how many times, you guys. And so I didn't create it for me. I had it in me, like, this is me. And I created this for you all. And so you could have a guide. So you could have a guide and a reference on your own journey. I really feel that by sharing our stories and by sharing what's on our heart, that is how we embrace and inspire others. You know, when we see others living their most healthy, vibrant, energetic life, it inspires us to do the same in our life. And so that's why I created it. And in it, of course, it has like the basics, right? I did like I told my story in the beginning, of course, my turning point, all that. But I did the basics, right? The starch solution, the 50-50 plate, all of that good stuff. Some of my practices that I use while I eat, like the pausing and just noticing my hunger fullness cues, you know, all that boring stuff, right? But for me, the heart of it is the 30 days of transformation. And when I get into the 30 days of transformation, it's where I share, it's just where I share like the heart of me, my journey, and also, you know, I'll do inspirational days of just, you know, motivation or whatever. I don't know how to say it, but at the beginning of each, I would love to read this out to you all, but I know I'll just start crying. So I'm not going to do that to myself. Day 2 is one that it gets to me because I do the quote from Theodore Roosevelt of being in the arena. That makes me cry anyway. And then I talk about my journey a little bit in this one. And so at the beginning of each day, it has a quote. And then at the end, it has an affirmation for the day. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. I appreciate it. I love that. And it has an affirmation for the day. And what I said was, you know, I did it by 30 days, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, but you don't have to wait to read it like that. You can just, it flows. So you can read it from day 1 through 30. And if Joy's still here, you can ask her because she told me she read the whole thing already. So thank you, sister. It just warms my heart thinking of these words being out here and them being received by you all, because they were truly, it was like I was moved to share this. So now that it's out there, I feel, I feel really proud of it. I feel really proud of it and vulnerable. It's such a vulnerable place, you guys, to offer. It's vulnerable to come on YouTube anyway. And then I was looking through the ebook today and thinking, oh, what one do I want to read out to my starchy sisters? You know, and maybe I will do that. And I just was feeling so vulnerable about it. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I just feel nervous. So anyway, JJ says she's loving the ebook. Rebel says she's loving it. Yeah. Joy said she read it in one night. The transformations are going to be so helpful, especially if we have a blip. Good. I'm glad, sister. Yeah. Is this book going to be out in a real book? Peace Frog asked. Thank you, Peace Frog. Yeah, I'd love to do it, you know, in like a Kindle book or where it can be printed on demand or whatever. We'll see. Right now, just the ebook. That's all I can handle for this month, you guys. Like, it was enough for me just to get all that I got out this month. So I cannot believe it's been 25 minutes. We have 1 minute left, and we'll go and get our food. our Delicata Squash. We'll check it out. But I wanted to share a little bit. So day 3, responsibility. So just a little bit so you guys can kind of get an idea of what it says. The quote is, choosing to take responsibility for ourselves and for the consequences of our choices our choices create looks like hard work, but it really sets us free. It really sets us free, you guys. Like doing the hard thing, taking responsibility. We know this, right? It sets us free to live this life that we want to be living. All right, let's check out this squash. Let me get a fork because I want to poke it. If it's not done, I'm not going to take it out yet. Oh my gosh, it's tender, you guys. Wow. Okay. Let me see. I think I'm going to take a couple out and let it cook for just a couple more minutes because there's a few of them that are not quite ready. Actually, I should let you guys see this. So I'm going to turn them over because let me show you all. Okay, so we can turn them over, but do you see how soft they are, you guys? So I'm wondering, well, maybe I shouldn't turn them over. I should just let them cook because maybe they're sticking a little. But some of the pictures I see that they let them get really, really almost charred like. So, but I don't want it to be too mushy. But see, like this one is still a little hard. I cut it a little bit thicker. The first cuts, I cut a little bit thicker. Yeah, so I'll put it in for a little bit longer. I'll turn the tray around. All right, so we'll do 5 more minutes. Okay. So these are 2 little pieces. I'll let them cool a little. I really hope I like it, you guys. It's always that bummer thing, right? When you spend time on a recipe. I mean, this was super simple. I just cut it, put seasoning on it, and put it in the oven. But it's like, oh, I hope I like it. I hope it's yummy. So I'll let that do its thing. And then I'll read this day 3. I'll be vulnerable with you all. Read my writing. I had given away my power and blamed my state on everyone but myself, unless I was having a pity party. And then it was all about how I wasn't doing enough, how I was failing, how I was never going to be able to lose the weight. On and on it would go. I was good at blaming starchy husband for all the reasons I had let myself go. What I didn't realize is that each time I blamed somebody else for my misery, I was giving my power away. If only came in and my mind would take me down a road of unhealthy thinking that seemed very hard to get out of. If only starchy husband would just fill in the blank. Clean more, listen, help out, eat whole food, plant-based with me, leave me alone, demand less of me, keep me company. On and on the list would go. When I finally decided to take matters into my own hands and take full responsibility for myself, take full responsibility for myself and my journey, everything changed. And I do mean everything. I released those closest to me from having to show up in any other way than being themselves. I wasn't worried about what they were doing or eating because I had shifted my focus to me and what I was doing and eating, how I was going to prepare my meals, what I was actually going to eat 3 times a day. In giving myself permission to take care of myself and my needs, I released everyone else to take care of themselves and their own needs. Affirmation: I take full responsibility for showing up and taking care of myself. That's day 3, responsibility. All right, so that's my ebook. I'm so proud of finishing it and so grateful to be able to share it out with you all. And if you've already purchased it, you guys, I just want to say, like, to be received by you all and to be affirmed in that way, it just has filled me up from the soles of my feet to the crown of my head. I want to say thank you, Starchy Sisters. Thank you for believing in me, for being on this YouTube journey with me, and for trusting me that what I offer is exactly what you're wanting. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for purchasing the ebook. I appreciate you. That just affirms me more than you know. So thank you. All right, let's see this squash. Let's get a drink of water. All right, this first is the cinnamon one. Oh yeah, this is good. This is worth trying. I can see where the nutty flavor comes in, and this cinnamon is so good on it. And something about the squash, like, it's thick enough to where it has substance. Like, if you haven't tried it, this is worth trying, you guys. So this is the one with the soy sauce and the coconut aminos. And you know what? These might be two different Delicata squashes. I guess they come in different varieties. I don't know. So I do like this. This would be good in the savory dish, but I really like the cinnamon one. Yum. Yay. JJ said you should be proud of it. It's an informative and motivating to read. Yes. And Rebel says the book is going to be something I refer back to for sure. Yay. I'm so glad, sisters. Okay. Our squash is done. Let me get it out. I hope I didn't burn it now. Woo. All right. So these are all done. Since it's so good, I'll do another taste test. I'll put ones aside. So I'm thinking, like, the littler ones. Yeah, so some of them, see, like this one, it's a different variety or something. It's like more yellow with a orange strip on it, whereas the other one was smaller. I wasn't really sure how to buy. Yeah, the other one was smaller with kind of a dark green strip on it. So I don't know. And I don't know what you look for when you buy these squash, if they're supposed to be big or little or what. So I just bought what they had at Costco and it worked out good, you guys. So it's worth the try. Let's see. I just got done with yellow and it wasn't as good as the green. I feel the same way, sister. The green one is the one that I put the cinnamon on. And that to me tastes like it has more of that sweet taste. So this is the cinnamon and it's the green. And then this is the other one that's the orange. So, all right, take that for what you want, sisters. Me and JJ agreed. We like the green green in the outside better than the yellow and the orange. Okay, just a couple things I wanted to get into. Yes, I turned that off. Let me see where our time's at. Okay, about 10 minutes left. So I wanted to just address all or nothing thinking, because a Starchy sister and I had like comments, just, chatting a little back and forth in the comments about this all or nothing thinking and food addiction. And so I wanted to address this all or nothing thinking because this was so me, you guys. And it still can be a little bit And I'll tell you how. So with the all or nothing thinking, first of all is if I had one thing off plan, right? If I was on a diet and I had one thing off plan, or even in the past when I started the starch solution before, let's say we'll just keep it all whole food plant based. I, was doing the starch solution. And then if I had, one of my go-to things, peanut butter toast or whatever, that was like, that would be it for me. It's like, oh, well, too bad, so sad. And then it would just, I always say, lead me down the path of destruction, because I don't even like to mention the food. That is how deeply food addiction can be for me. I can hear the mention of a food and I am out wanting to run and go get it. And so you can just use your imagination, whatever foods it is for you. And that would lead me to like 3 weeks, anywhere from 3 weeks to 2 years, that I would be on a binge out of eating everything that I wanted to eat, no matter what, not thinking about anything, health or anything. And that, it really just left me feeling like I just had no control. Honestly, I just had no control. And it left me feeling really bad about myself, and that there was something wrong and broken in me. That was what was so frustrating about that. And also, if I had, let me look at my notes. And another way this all or nothing thinking came in for me was if I had one bite, I would, like, almost, you guys, have to eat the whole thing. So if I bought some vegan treat or whatever and it was in the fridge, like, it would not sit there for the day, because this feeling of like I would just be thinking about it all day long, that it was there. And some people, I think, can eat moderately, like maybe. I cannot. So I only know from my vantage point. If there is something that I call it now a triggering food for me, like, it'll be eaten up. And so that's how the all or nothing came in for me. And it ties in with the food addiction for me, because it's those trigger foods that cause that for me. And 99% of the time, it would be sugar, fat, those two things, sugar, fat, or fat and salt. But it always would have to have the fat. Like, salt to me, I can leave aside or I can eat a little bit. But when it's combined with the fat, the fat and the salt, it would just cause that trigger in me, that it would just be like, cannot stop. And so coming onto this path of way of eating and living, it was really that decision. And I did touch a little bit about it in the transformation part of my ebook, where I said, that I got to that point. It was the last stronghold for me, you guys, holding on. That is why I'm so stringent now about, like, 15 months later, for the first time, eating this everything bagel, because knowing when it is a food addiction for you, and just having the taste of it will lead you off the path of destruction. For me anyway, it makes it so I don't even want to taste that stuff. I do not even want to taste it. And now that I'm moving into maintenance, it is like, wow, I could have that everything but bagel, like maybe taste a little piece of sunflower seed, and it's not driving me to eat 2 pounds of nuts over the next hour, And so that's why when I first started, though, that, like I said, it was the stronghold. It was me wanting to hold on to that fatty, sugary foods. And I just had everything, you guys, was showing me I had to give it up. I had to. There was no middle road for me. gives me chills all over my body. There was no holding on to one little piece of something, or no, I personally had to give it all up. And I know for some, maybe that's not the case, but for me, that was the case. And it is the way that I have found food freedom, because having those perimeters around, like, what I eat, right? That it's whole food, plant-based, low fat. That's it. Whole food, plant-based, low fat. And as long, it's like the bumpers on a bowling alley. As long, whole food, plant-based, low fat. And if I stay in those bumpers, all smooth sailing. I stay, you guys, just side note, I don't think, I mean, I think I've shared it just nonchalantly here and there, but my weight, since we've done the 30-day reset, I go between 127 and 129 now. Like, I'm in the 120s, you guys. I never thought that would be possible. And I'm not starving. You all see how I eat. Like, I'm eating food. And so good food too. And I'm maintaining this weight. Like, that's a miracle to me. And when I revisited my ebook, like reading through it again, my goal weight was 140, you guys. Like, I'm anywhere between 11 and 13 pounds below that goal weight on my maintenance everyday living. Like, it is, I just feel like it's nothing short of a miracle. And it's been only getting back to the all or nothing and the food addiction. It has been only through abstinence, abstaining from those foods that were trigger foods for me. I had to cleanse my palate of all sugar and all fat. I had to do it. And now, even in this state, like, their processed food, I don't even want any part of. Like, no process. I mean, of course, whatever, the plant-based processed food that is, like noodles or whatever, if you consider that processed food. But real processed, like the junky processed food, like, I want no part of, you guys, because I don't want to put it on my palate. And I never want to be a slave to that kind of eating before. And this is what Penn and I have talked about before. When we are addicted, it is like we're a slave to that. That's why it becomes food freedom, because having to think about something in the fridge until I completely eat it all, until it's all gone, that is not freedom to me. That is being chained to whatever that food is. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that. And so for that starchy sister who I had that conversation with too in the comments, I just had to say, like, abstinence was the only way for me. It wasn't trickling down. It wasn't having, a little bit of this today and a little bit less tomorrow and a little bit less. No, nope. For me, I had to leave it all behind. And every single time I tried to have something that wasn't whole food, plant-based, low fat, it would always bring me down to that down the path of destruction again. Always. This, you guys, 15 months ago, this was the only time I was 100% committed and I had given up everything. All of the fat and all of the sugar. I'd given it all up. Anything that I thought would bring me to that addictive state, I just said no more. I was done with it. And I did not falter. And you all saw my journey from 10 weeks on. Those first 10 weeks, I didn't falter. And from the time I started filming on YouTube, I didn't falter. It had to be that way for me. And so, yeah, that's not, I guess I'm just learning how to articulate that now, but really it could just, anyone who asks me about food addiction or about giving it all up, I would just say abstinence. That's it. I guess I'm learning how to say it in more words, but really it's just totally abstaining from those foods. And I know it's not sexy. I know it's not fun. I know it's not, whatever, but it's just making that decision and getting through the hard part of those first, 3 weeks or however long before that addiction moves to the side. And then it's just like, woo, follow the yellow brick road. And then I'm like my starchy sisters who say, "Ooh, this is so easy. I get to eat all this and still lose weight." Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So that's what I wanted to say about that, the all or nothing and the food addiction. I know that, I know many of you probably resonate with this, that it's that wanting to hold on to that last bitter end. That was me. Or else I'm telling you guys, I would have lost this weight 30 years ago and been done with it for good if it wasn't for these foods that kept me in this cycle of addiction. All right. I think that's it. I do have a couple more things, but it'll probably wait till next time since we're at 1 hour already. Let me see. I'm right there with you. Thanks, Rebel. JJ says, "Girl, you are telling my story. I'm the same." Yep. Yeah. Boy, Peace Frog. Awesome. She said, "That's why it scares me to try outside of what I have been eating for the last almost 90 days. Congratulations on almost 90 days, sister." Yep. Joy said, "My hubby always says, look at all that food you're eating and you're losing." Smiley face emoji wink. I love it. Yep. Rebel said, "That's right, JJ, tons of the right food." It's so true. Like, we get to eat all this food and we still get to lose weight. And I will touch on one other thing. Belle, come here, girl. Come on. Come here, girl. Come here, Belle. Come on. Come here, little one. Come here, little one. Come here. You can say hi. Say hi to the Starchy Sisters, girl. I just want to say one other thing that I've noticed. Like, even on those busy, like when it gets super busy, I do notice sometimes, you guys, right? 15 months in, I do notice. And it's like, I'm busy. I'm tired. I want comfort. Like, I don't feel like whatever I prepped ahead of time. And this happened to me just the other day. I was just exhausted and I came home and it was like, okay, I had my stuff in the freezer, which I love. And I was like, I don't feel like eating that tonight. I don't feel like doing that. What did I feel like? I felt like something outside of this house, you guys. Use your imagination. But I didn't feel like the food. And that's how I can always tell when I don't feel like the food, because I just feel like anything, right? It's not even a specific craving. It's just, I just want anything. What I really want is comfort, some rest, some peace, and some quiet. That's what I really want. And when I slow it down and I am able to take that pause and to look inside and just know that if I'm not craving our food, right? The whole food, plant-based, low fat, then I know something else is going on. And yeah, so just want to share that with you all. Like, those things come up and we just start to notice them, right? And you know what I do? What I did that night? I checked in, and when I was hungry, I made my frozen food. I put it in the microwave, heated it up, and that's what I had for dinner. And I felt good about that, right? And once I started eating, it was like, oh yeah, yummy. I do want this. I really do. It nourishes my body. It makes me feel good. And so it's just noticing these things within ourselves, because this is the way that we're eating and living for life, you guys. This is our life. And I love it, because I love that my starchy sisters are here, you guys. And like 7-Piece Frog said, almost 90 days. Like, if you're continuing on from the 30-day reset, very first 30-day reset, right, that I ever did, that it's almost 90 days now, you guys. I'm so proud of you. And it makes me so excited because it's the truth. Like, here we are, we're doing it together. We look to the side and we have Starchy Sisters next to us. Like, I embrace you, sisters. And that is what I want to continue to do. I just want us to continue to build this community together. It is my dream one day. I'm just going to say it again because I've said it before. It's my dream that we start a community that I get to know about you all. I want to know about what makes you happy. I want to know about your families. I want to know. I want to have that connection with you all. And yeah, all the good stuff, because I just appreciate you so much. And it's about how can we make our circle of love and family bigger, not smaller. And you all are so important to me. So I just want you all to know that. All right. So all finished for today, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let me see any last things. Be on the lookout. I don't know if I'll do a live next week. We'll see. Starchy Husbands Ann is here for 10 days. So if it works out, I'll go on live upstairs in my room. But if not, it'll be the following week. So yeah. Aw. Rebel said 90 days for her. Yes, I love it. 90 days up, coming for Joy. Yeah, it's you guys, we are doing it. And it feels so good to be doing it together, right? That we're on this journey, and to have Starchy Sisters next to each other that just continue to hold us up and know that, okay, we have a blip and then we get right back on. It doesn't have to be that all or nothing. No, we're done with that. Done with that for good. We don't let our sassy little part of us tell us any stories. We just move on with our lives. Stay on track. Love the hearts, you guys. Thank you, Monica. I appreciate you, sister. All right, you guys. I love you. I believe in you. Oh, I cannot forget. I know you can do it. And who's going to carry the boat and the logs? I am. Who's going to carry the boat and the logs? I am. We are. Who's going to cook the food? Who's going to make the food? Who's going to eat the food? We are, you guys. We are doing this. I love it. Who's going to carry the boat and the logs? Yes, we are carrying the boat and the logs. We are doing it to live our most healthy, vibrant, energetic life. So, so beautiful. I love that. Makes me so happy, you guys. I want us to be living our best life ever. That is my dream. And we're doing it. We are doing it. I love you guys. So much love. I'll see you next time.